Hello, hi there, I am Thekla Petridou and this is my channel Psychology and Life. As you can see here, I have Googled, is it something wrong with Dr. Ramani? And the reason is that a few days ago, one of my viewers on my Greek YouTube channel sent this video to me.
What if I want to go?
This video from Dr. Ramani. Dr. Ramani is a worldwide known clinical psychologist who specializes in the last 4 or 5 years on narcissism as a personality type. In this point, I want to say that I have read her books. I haven't read the latest yet, but especially the book, Do You Know Who I Am? I consider it to be a very helpful book for any clinician, for any psychologist, or for any layman or laywoman who want to learn more about narcissism as a personality trait and about the narcissistic personality type. I found out about her work some years ago, and she was really helpful to make me understand as a psychologist, as a much younger psychologist than, because she gave some words to describe several circumstances which I had observed myself in my clinical practice and also in the environments I worked. I used to have her channel as one of the proposed channels on my Greek YouTube channel and on this English channel as soon as I made it. And I always referenced her about some topics. To be honest with you, in the last couple of years, I wasn't following her content much because I had something inside me kicking when listening to her. I had noticed that she was not so adamant about going no contact with a narcissist in order to stop being traumatized. I am a huge fan of the no contact rule as a definite rule which helps you to take your life back. And I also noticed that she does not acknowledge the clinical term and the clinical concept of condependency. Of course, Dr. Ramani, condependency is a term that came from the magnificent work that the 12 steps programs, AA programs do, but the same way you have helped with your writings to establish narcissism as a definitive personality trait or the narcissistic personality type as something of substance, the same way condependency is now recognized from psychologists globally as a situation that enables people to become victims of a narcissist, and not only victims, enablers, and also people who work closely with narcissists to allow them to continue abusing other people. I will show you here on my Greek YouTube channel. I made this video like a month ago. In this video, I took a small segment from one of her recent interviews in which she explained with determination and a very serious tone of voice why we shouldn't forgive narcissists who abuse us. The Greek title says, Dr. Ramani is right. We try to analyze her explanation about why she doesn't forgive the narcissists in her life. And I put the SOS next to the title because I think that this is very important. This that she explained in that interview of hers about why she doesn't forgive narcissists. I was very unpleasantly surprised when this video of hers, How to Go Back to a Narcissist Without Losing Yourself, came into my attention when one of my viewers sent it to me and she said, how on earth have you made a video 1 month ago explaining and analyzing her position, Dr. Ramani's position, that we shouldn't forgive the narcissists who abuse us emotionally, and this time Dr. Ramani herself posts a video on how to go back to a narcissist without losing yourself. In a nutshell, what she says in this video is that love is complicated. She doesn't acknowledge that some people are codependent. She says distinctively that it's an insult if someone tells you that you are a codependent if you go back to the narcissist who abused you emotionally. She points out only that if the narcissist is physically abusing you, then you shouldn't go back. She also talks about social stigma and cultural factors which make people go back. And she makes this video in order to alleviate the stigma for people going back to their narcissistic abusive partner or friend or family member. I don't know how she feels well with herself, maybe because she makes the distinction that if someone is only psychologically abusive, it's okay, but if he's physically abusive, is worse. I mean, I really cannot recognize Dr. Ramani in this video. I don't know what happened to her. I will include the link to her video on the description of my video so that you can watch it yourself. I had to watch it like 3 times in order to accept that I listened to her saying those things. Things like love is complicated and that you shouldn't receive the insult to call yourself codependent when you go back again and again to the narcissist. Dr. Ramani, I am a plain psychologist. I am not a holder of PhD in psychology as you are. I acknowledge the importance of your book, Do You Know Who I Am?, which I have called many times on my Greek videos as the Bible of narcissism. I agree with you that there are not only people with narcissistic personality disorder around us, that there are also many people with narcissistic personality types, with narcissistic traits that make our lives difficult. But I totally disagree with you on not acknowledging the existence of codependency. Codependency is a thing. There are, according to my opinion, 3 types of people that get hooked with a narcissist. The first type is a fellow narcissist. A grandiose narcissist might hook up, make a relationship, have a relationship with a covert narcissist, or any type of narcissist can have a relationship with any other type of narcissist. So in the case that 2 narcissists have a relationship together, yes, of course, love is complicated for 2 narcissists together. Very complicated. I think your brain, Dr. Ramani, is complicated right now. I mean, it's not clear when making this video. The second type of person who hooks up with a narcissist is a person with a codependent personality. A person who has grown up in fear and in emotional, if not physical, abuse, and has learned to shrink themselves, to take the 4th F response to phone, and lessen themselves in order to have an identity through a relationship. So if a codependent person hooks up with a narcissist, they really feel that they are in love with the narcissist, but this is not love. This is not love that is complicated. This is victimhood that is complicated. And me, as a psychologist, I do consider people with codependency that they are not victims of other people, but victims of themselves. I do believe that the psychopathology of codependency is very similar to the psychopathology of narcissism, and that being called a codependent is not something that victimizes you, but is something that gives you a route on how to treat yourself. You need therapy, you need spiritual battle, you need psychological education in order to realize that you are codependent, that you have very low self-esteem, that you do not value yourself, you do not love yourself, and that you have unclear motives when connecting with other people. My opinion is that a codependent person falls for the narcissist. The narcissist is only taking narcissistic supply from the codependent person. Someone who is codependent is not only the wife or the husband of an alcoholic or the parent of an alcoholic or an addict. People with codependency can be everyday people that have low self-esteem. They don't believe that they deserve to be loved, so they try to hold people in their lives by being enablers to them. The third type of person that hooks up with a narcissist is someone who has not a codependent, not a narcissistic personality, but some kind of a healthy personality style. And when a person with healthy personality type gets attached to a narcissist, falls for a narcissist, or goes into any kind of relationship with a narcissist, the person with a healthy personality style, they will be traumatized, and then they will need therapy in order to understand that that relationship was emotionally abusive. And these kind of people, the people with healthy personality type, the people that haven't been abused in their childhood, but they get to know abuse through narcissistic relationships, these kind of people are the first ones to acknowledge that that was not love or complicated love, that was pure psychological mistreatment. I disagree with you, Dr. Ramani. I am not going to give you any diagnosis. This video I disliked very much. Let me put a dislike on this video. I dislike your video. It's a video that you uploaded like 3 days ago. It has only around 10,000 views. Most of your videos have more views than that. I don't know. I don't think that you will ever watch my video, but I would love to be able to have an answer from you. Why you made this video? Have you made this video because you yourself went back to a narcissistic relationship? Have you made this video because you wanted to attract more viewers in your channel? Have you made this video in order to satisfy the need of some of your viewers to go back to their abuser? Why have you made this video? I haven't read your latest book. Maybe you have changed your orientation. Maybe now you have a different approach into narcissism. Maybe now you think that we should accept the narcissists for who they are, forgive them, and continue our lives with them by acknowledging that they have a narcissistic personality which is rigid. Even on this video, she says that narcissists have a rigid personality. And I will go further on. Why do you say to people that they shouldn't aim for the best? Why don't you tell people that it's not okay to worry about social stigma, that we need to overcome our fears for social stigma, and that we shouldn't go by what our culture says, that we should broaden our mind, educate ourselves, and become better versions of ourselves? Why don't you talk about the pathologies that people have when they grow up in a very abusive, psychologically abusive environment? I don't know. I would love to read your own comments underneath this video. I might even try to post the link of the video underneath her video, but I'm sure that she won't see it because she's really famous. She has so many millions of subscribers, and I don't think she moderates the comments herself. But I don't know. What do you think? And I don't know. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go back to a narcissist, but me, as a psychologist, I wouldn't advise it. If you have managed to get out of a relationship from a narcissist, have therapy. Work on yourself, strengthen yourself, learn to live your life without being in a relationship. You don't need to be attached to someone else in order to be okay. You don't need to be in a relationship in order to survive. You can work on making yourself better, on turning your vulnerabilities into strengths, on working with your childhood trauma and past trauma in order to overcome your obstacles to living life with respect. Because no narcissist will ever respect you, even if you have your eyes wide open. My opinion. I'm Thekla Petridou. I'm a psychologist, a YouTuber, a writer, and I come from Cyprus, very far away from Los Angeles that Dr. Ramani is. And this is my opinion. Bye.